The high cost of politics in Nigeria remains a major barrier for women who often lack the financial backing needed to compete effectively. The bridge to bridge this gap and promote gender inclusion, advocates are calling for the creation of special seats for women in the National Assembly as a strategic step toward broader representation. The report.
Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly, Adebo Ogundoyin, has reiterated his commitment to increasing women's participation in politics, stressing the need for designated seats to enhance their representation at the federal level. This push aligns with the ongoing constitutional amendment effort aimed at strengthening female leadership in Nigeria and addressing long-standing gender disparities in governance.
What we expect from the Conference of Speakers is for the Conference of Speakers to also support this legislation and this alteration to the Constitution when it comes down to the states, to ensure that we have 2/3 of the states to support this alteration to the Constitution in order for it to pass through and make sure that the Constitution is amended in favor of 1 seat per state for women inclusion in the National Assembly.
Bukola Idowu, Executive Director of Kimpa Development Initiative, has raised concerns over the steady decline in women's political participation, attributing it to financial constraints, cultural norms, and systematic barriers. He emphasized the urgency of implementing proactive measures to close the gender gap in leadership.
Look at in terms of orientation that people get on the media. For instance, you look at movies that distinctly put the role of the men and women out unconsciously, and that is one of the reasons you see a lot of actresses and actors here today to also have this understanding about what this is. And then the last one is also financial, because politics is actually a lot of capital intensive. So when you look at this, women have a lot. They are grumbling with already, and then you put all this burden on them. So these are barriers, and that are causing that imbalance in terms of representation in the political space.
Renowned Nigerian artist and social commentator Ifeoma Fafunwa has called for a structural overhaul in political representation. She argues that true gender equity can only be achieved through a legal binding quota system that prevents any gender from holding more than 65% of political seats.
Next 20 years, they'll be telling you that one position, that one seat you have is only for women, and that we've given it to you, keep quiet. And why should it be anyone giving it to anyone? Just open it, that no man, no men, no gender, no group should have more than 65% entrenchment. That's it. Then all of a sudden you will see that young women will come in and they will run.
As the conversation on women's political participation gains momentum, many hope that legislative reforms will pave the way for a more inclusive and equitable political system in Nigeria.